welcome back to my channel. This week we have our next Harry Potter character. I promise this will be the last one for a while. I hope. Possibly. Don't quote me on that. When referencing my blog today, I am going to be looking down because Sir Fluffo is sitting where I normally put my laptop, so we're not disturbing him and we're just going to have the computer in our lap. This week's character update is for my little Hufflepuff, Keara Sydelle. Before any of you ask, no, I did not take the last name from Greece. I didn't even connect the dots until after I had named her, and then I was like, oh, but then I was like, she's a Muggle-born, it's okay. I'm going to put the link for Heidi's video down below because my urge to not repeat the Harry Potter universe is very strong, and just go watch Heidi. Not gonna lie, Keara was my way of giving Sirius a relationship. Even with my great love for Sirius and my esteemed passion for Gary Oldman, Keara isn't all that much like me. I figured I'd end up making a character version of me, but she's very much her own person. She's my first Hufflepuff character, which meant a lot of research into that house because before this, I only had my Ravenclaws, Heidi and Lyra, and my Slytherin, Sabrina. And let me tell you, Hufflepuffs are awesome. I understand why my bestie likes being in that house so much. I mean, Ravenclaw forever, but them Badgers, they're impressive. Going in, I knew I wanted Keara to be an aura like Tonks because before her, I had never chosen, you can see it right in the corner, before her, I had never chosen aura as a job for any of my characters. Heidi's going into the ministry to work for the rights of magical creatures as head of the Department of Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures. Sabrina is going to become a wand maker and take over for Ollivander, and Lyra owns a bookshop. So I picked aura for Keara because I felt it was a good way to find a place for her in the order. Plus, I really wanted to learn more about that side of the wizarding world. I've never really researched much into auras, you know, other than to understand the basic outline of their job. So finding out a little bit more about that job and what it is that like Moody and Kingsley and Tonks does, it was really fun, and putting Keara in that world just felt right. Keara also takes several parts of what makes a Hufflepuff who they are to heart. She is one of the most tolerant witches around. She believes fairness in all matters, and her sense of right and wrong is second to none. When she believes someone is doing something wrong, when the right answer is so obvious, she will preach it. She will be forceful about it. She has zero tolerance for Dumbledore locking Sirius up. We'll get to that later, but it is... with Keara, I find writing her backstory to be the easiest. Not only is she my only Hufflepuff, she's also my only Muggle-born. Like some within the universe, she's an orphan. Not as young as Harry was. She was 15 when her family was taken from her, but she does bond with him over that. Also, with having a family that doesn't care about them. For Harry, it's his aunt, uncle, and cousin. For Keara, it was her entire family. Now, I didn't have a terrible childhood. For all intents and purposes, I had a great childhood, but I did have an abusive older sibling. So every so often, I take that experience and tie it into my characters. For Keara, being the only magical being in her family, it made her a pariah. Her parents looked down on her. Her elder brother and sister followed their lead, and her own twin brother was the worst. And I know what you're thinking, how is that easy to write? Well, all humans are horrible in the same ways, even if they take different paths to get there or they take different ways to show it. They're all horrible in the same exact way, and it comes from, you know, prejudice and bigotry and racism and all that stuff, and it all comes from the same source, you know, the same sources. And that just makes it so incredibly easy to write because once you understand what causes it, you can do anything with it. The hardest part of writing Keara, in all honesty, is her name. As you can tell from the title of the video, it is not spelled in the traditional fashion of her name. But that's part of the reason I picked it. I love unique names. I love unique spellings for names. However, my fingers hate typing it. I normally type ridiculously fast, like ridiculously fast, only really slowing down if I'm uncertain about a word's spelling. And even then, I'm still pretty fast, and my delete key hates me. But with Keara, I have to stop and make sure I hit each letter in the right order. As you can imagine, it takes a lot of focus and can derail my writing if I'm not careful, because my brain will forget what else I'm trying to write after her name, and it's terrible. To date, as she's not finished, Keara's best memory is a scene with her, Tonks, Remus, and Sirius. The four of them together is just so much fun to write. The banter, the wit, it's awesome. And because I have it that Keara helps Sirius leave his parents' home as often as possible, I don't have to worry about souring the scenes by making him depressed or angry all the time. She's giving him a freedom that sparks something in him, and it radiates to the others, making their time together just absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. Worst memory for Keara came just after I started writing her. I know, that's got to be a record. I honestly think it's like the third scene that I wrote for her. And it was a nightmare about the day her family was killed. She woke from an afternoon nap and found them all slaughtered by Death Eaters. She never learned why she was left alive, as one would assume they'd make sure the Muggleborn was taken care of as well, but it has always haunted her and likely always will. Especially now that Voldemort is around again, she fears losing her new family in the same way, and since they're all part of the Order, which obviously is fighting him, it is a very real fear for her. Like I said, I made Keara to give Sirius happiness outside of Harry, outside of, tormenting Snape and all that fun jazz. And while I haven't gotten to that portion in the story yet, I do look forward to writing it once I'm there. For now, I just want to see what is in store for Keara, what she'll go through, and what having Sirius in her life and by her side will change for her. Obviously, it's going to change a lot for him. I'm obviously not going to tell you how, but you will find out. For now, that is all I'm giving you, though. As she is not finished, Keara does not have any work posted yet, but when she does, I will make sure to link it down in the description below. And that is our character breakdown for Keara Sydelle. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of my first Muggleborn, of my first Hufflepuff, of my idea of giving Sirius a relationship. I know not a lot of people like that idea because they're like, oh, he's supposed to die, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's, part of what makes him him and all that fun jazz. But I live to change things within universes because that's who I am. Literally. Heidi people. Let me know down in the comments below if you prefer... This is going to cause so many problems. Let me know down in the comments below if you prefer Muggleborns, Half-Bloods, or Purebloods. Play nicely, no inappropriate name calling. As always, all of my social media handles will be down in the description below along with my blog, so you can read the post that goes along with this video. Heidi will also be down there. To be completely honest, Sabrina and Lyra will probably be down there because I'm nothing if not a self-advocator. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Also hit the subscribe and that little notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload. Don't forget to make sure that you turn on all your notifications so you actually get your notifications when I upload, because thank you, YouTube, for making it impossible for small channels like me to actually, accomplish something. And I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye. That awesome moment when you stick it to YouTube by accident.